And welcome back, our dear viewers, to shed more light on the present statements and the importance of the new national projects which have been implemented by the armed forces. We are joined over the phone by strategic and economic expert Ali Mansi. Good afternoon, Mr. Mansi.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank you so much for having me with you and to have this minor contribution in your
our pleasure, Dr. Mansi. Dr. Mansi, during the Armed Forces 32nd cultural activities, President Sisi urged the awareness of conspiracies that aim to undermine the country's stability. What is the significance of this from your point of view, Doctor?
Well, the last few years has witnessed major changes in Egypt, and of course the armed forces have had a very significant role in containing the crisis, and I claim that we have a good knowledge and experience about crisis management. And concerning the conspiracies, it has been there and it will stay forever. The conspiracies will forever stay. Yeah. So in order to create the correct awareness for the conspiracy, controlling a population of 100 million citizens and above, it's not easy to have this direct control over them. So one of the shortest ways is that the simple citizen is only cares about his economic well-being, economic welfare. So one of the easiest way to kill any conspiracy is for the economic development and its merits to reach the normal and very simple, let's not say naive, but simple citizen, which constitutes 80 to 85% of the population.
Actually, sir, the President stressed on the importance of the society's unity in order to face the current challenges. How we can achieve this very important target, Dr. Mansi?
Well, from my economic background, I always tackled the macroeconomic or the national economic problem as an organizational problem. It's all about management. So what the President has been doing during this statement is that he's creating a shared vision for the society, that all of us must have a shared vision. The vision, the vision must be clear and obvious, and this creates the unity we need. And I believe that he has been doing this very intelligently and very effectively, and this shared vision should pave the way for further economic development, and this economic development should have an impact on each and every one of us. And then, only then, we will start believing that we are going in the right and the correct direction, inshallah.
Yes. What is the importance of the new mega projects in boosting the economic process, Dr. Mansi?
Well, the national projects are very important for any economy to rise and to develop. And the national projects in Egypt the last few years have been, maybe they were not obvious to each and everyone, but they have had a very, very powerful role in raising Egypt from the recession that we were about to enter. And especially that those national projects are very strategically chosen to provide the infrastructure we need for the future. Let's agree that economic development is a very long-term process. We cannot collect the merits of economic development in 1 or 2 or 3 years. It's a long-term plan. It's a long-term process. So if certain projects, national or infrastructure projects, consume 2 or 3 years in order to start gaining its merits, it's okay. But it has to be parallel to it. There must be microeconomic projects so that we can feel the impact of what's going on, what's happening. For example, the gross domestic product, the GDP of Egypt is growing. We are approaching the GDP per capita $2,100 per annum, which is, of course, we are lagging behind the general world GDP, which is 17,000 per capita for one person per annum. But still, we are achieving an 8% rate of growth in GDP. Yet, not all of the people are enjoying the merits of this growth in GDP. So I believe that as much as I totally respect the national projects that are going on, there must be, parallel to it, other projects and initiatives on the very micro level, of the households, of the normal people, of the low-income people, in order to overcome the problem of the distribution of wealth. So it's not about how wealthy the nation is as much as it is how equally this wealth is distributed, not in terms of ownership, but at least in terms of the merits of this development.
Yes. Dr. Mansi, how do you view the economic progress during the past few years?
The past few years have been very, very critical, especially that the economic curve of Egypt has been going down dramatically. So the moment this curve stops heading south or stops looking down and starts stabilizing for a while, then looking upward, this is progress. In itself, this is considered progress. We have hit the bottom. So this is one very good thing about Egypt the last few years, that we have hit the bottom. There are no more bottoms for us to hit. So the only we are heading is upwards. We are only discussing the time frame when we are going to achieve our objectives, and strategically how we are going to achieve them. And in order to do that, what are the tools available for us that we can efficiently use? I believe that one of getting back to your question, Egypt has tackled so many critical issues concerning the exchange rate, concerning the interest bank rates, concerning other procedures and policies. Yet we still have further opportunities to grow, especially that we have a very good competitive advantage that we are based as the entrance and window for Africa. And the future, the next 20 years of the globe, it's heading towards Africa. Africa has so many opportunities. If we can only focus on how we can develop with African countries, this can create a very good opportunity for us.
Yes. Earlier, His Excellency President Sisi directed the concerned bodies to prepare a study for a mega national horse farms project. How this project could enhance the cultural activities and the tourism in the country, Dr. Mansi?
Actually, again, let me emphasize that I really respect very intelligent moves of for the government of Egypt. Not all of the time, but at least some of the times, and we all have to be fair about the goods and the bad of every system. So I believe this is very good branding for Egypt. So when I deal with the country as an organization, any organization cares about its public relations, its branding, and this is a luxury. This is a luxury industry or a luxury business, and it attracts a lot of money, a lot of capital. And having such projects in Egypt, maybe let's go further. Even if we have like an entertainment mega city like Disneyland, if we have this project in Egypt, in Sinai, for example, this will attract a certain category of investors and of people, and it gives a very good image about Egypt among the more advanced nations. And I really wish this project would come true.
Yes. Actually, during the symposium, the Prime Minister confirmed the completion of all the water projects that the government had put in place for the implementation. What is the importance of these projects, Dr. Mansi?
Well, such projects are very strategic projects, and they are very critical to the country. And I totally believe that those in charge, they know what they are doing concerning such projects. So I will not have any further comments about the details of such projects, because they are very essential for the country. And of course, they will. Such projects have many other merits, political and economic and social and cultural. But let me take this chance to re-emphasize on the simple citizen. At the moment, the simple citizen feels that he is getting some of the merits of whatever the country or the nation is doing. This will kill many negative thoughts. This will answer so many questions. This will kill many doubts that we all might have, because you're talking about 100 million citizens, and not all of them, actually the majority are not living the decent life they would like to. So in order to kill those conspirators and those negative thoughts, we have to focus more on the micro level, as well as the national projects that we are effectively doing.
Yes, indeed. Finally, Dr. Mansi, the state set several developmental programs in the fields of health and investment. How do you assess this?
Actually, concerning the health industry, especially the medicine, of course, the infrastructure of the health organization, of the health system, health insurance, is very, very, very important, because Egypt's vision has changed the last 10 years from giving subsidies directly to people to giving it indirectly through services, and that's what we want. This develops the economic welfare, the economic well-being of the society through the services. Yeah. But let me go an extra mile in this, relating back to Africa. Egypt has witnessed a drawback in the medicine industry the last few years, and there is a comeback. This year there has been a slight comeback in the medicine industry. Africa imports medicine for about $16 billion annually. They only produce 650, what's worth of $650 million, and they import the rest. So there is a huge deficit in the African market for medicine. And Egypt is ranked number 3 in the African market for importing medicines, and we don't really import that much. The last number I have reached was roughly below $100 million per year, which is too low for such a very good opportunity, especially that we are only competing, we are third only after China and India. So we can merge with Indian companies, we can provide the African market with medicine. This will enhance the production of medicine, and this will increase the learning experience and the learning curve that we have in medicine. And
Dr. Ali Mansi, our economic and strategic expert, thank you very much for your precious input. Always a pleasure to have you with us. And now we'll go to a short break, and after that we'll be back to resume our segment, so stay tuned.
Galala City, Paradise.